Hey humans, it's Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, or if it's your first time here, I do videos on creepy and disturbing things. So if that's also your thing, consider subscribing down below. There are countless creepy stories and footage that get shared around the internet these days. In many ways, the internet seems to be as wide and vast as space. And just like space, there are also many unknowns. Today, we're going to cover 5 lesser-known creepy mysteries that have happened from around the internet, most of which you've likely never heard of before. As we know, Ring doorbell footage has uncovered some very unsettling things. Whether it be a clown, a man licking their doorbell for hours, or demon-like noises coming from an invisible source, there's been no lack of found footage. In November 2019, a family found something arguably the most disturbing of all. A child approaches their house in Texas and knocks on the door. She starts to ask for help, and when no one comes, she opens the outside door and tries again. She seems to be looking behind her multiple times, like she's being followed.
No, please.
Unfortunately, the child in this video has never been identified. The Reddit community has speculated that maybe she was being used as bait by robbers, being instructed to act in distress to get someone sympathetic to open the door so they could rob the home. This would explain why she's looking behind her so often. Others think maybe she's a missing child who escaped her captors. When this first came out, people thought it looked like missing child Serenity Dennard, but her family has since established that it is not her. Others say it's just a hoax, but if that's the case, then this is a pretty sick way to use a child. And to this day, we still don't know what happened, but whatever did, I think we can all agree that it's pretty unnerving. A Reddit user by the name of DaveTheKnave93 started posting in various Reddit communities at the end of April 2020. Right off the bat, people thought he was, for lack of a better word, weird. He used strange sentence structures and words, leading people to believe he was either using Google Translate to make his post or was some strange bot. But he was also posting inappropriate, vulgar comments, often focused on women's sexual desires for man, often so vulgar that they got deleted by the moderators. As if this wasn't strange enough, his posts only got darker. The strange bot language he was using had eventually faded, and instead he started showing some disturbing behavior. He becomes fixated on a particular Twitch streamer. His fixation soon worried other Redditors to the point where people thought that maybe he was stalking someone. Starting on May 12th of this year, he repeated the same post in multiple subreddits with almost the exact same wording, basically asking how to get a woman to fall in love with him and metaphorically give birth to him, whatever that means. And then the next day on May 13th, he said, "Can anyone recommend any cinema with good scenes of women getting their, well, yeah." Then his narrative shifted to wanting to walk this girl down the aisle at her wedding as a metaphorical father on behalf of the Twitch community. His post then turned into asking if Twitter would allow him to hack, assumedly the same girl's DMs, if he's noticed she's been talking to quote-unquote jerks who will mistreat her. He asked how he can charm his way into her life offline. Finally, he started posting those repetitive posts again on different subreddits, very similar wording, but slightly different. One said, "If someone goes to trial for stalking/harassment, etc., if the defendant can show his fixation comes from a deep felt emotional connection, the judge should mandate they go on one supervised date together to make sure that it's not destiny." On and on these posts continues, with many Redditors becoming concerned. And then a few days later, on May 20th, was his last post. The Redditor disappeared. His account did not seem to be suspended, so it seems that he left by himself. Was this just an Hole that was trolling Reddit and seeing what kind of attention he could stir up? Is it a very, very high-tech bot? Or is it possible that after getting as much hate as he did and getting nowhere with his pleas for advice on how to win over this Twitch streamer, he simply made a different username and a different Reddit account and is now posting the same creepy things in other places? There are millions and millions of YouTube channels out there. Among the lifestyle vlogs, minimalism series, challenges in the gaming world, there are also some hidden gems. Let's take a look at this strange, mysterious channel. This channel only has 17 subscribers, and upon first glance is a very odd profile icon and channel art. There are only 8 videos on the channel, ranging from only a couple views to at most a few hundred. Then there's the videos themselves. They are all black and white, some just a photo and others with some repetitive artistic footage. Most of them are overlaid with an extremely unpleasant sound, others with a strange knocking or even seemingly subliminal messages. There's not a lot of clues in the descriptions, except for in video 1. With the video entitled Fox Hunting Children, the description seems to tell a story, which is this. From what we can gather, the art is from 1993. It tells a story of an art collector commissioning a young artist for some of his work. The artist leaves a package containing a film as well as a cassette tape in the collector's mailbox. The cassette tape contains sounds of decayed whispers, personal confessions, bells, and choirs, and a collection of screaming animal sounds, which is similar to what we hear in the videos. The film depicts a child who has an accident with a light fixture, ending up laying on the ground bleeding around a bunch of broken glass. A gray fox enters and drags the child away. 2 figures then enter and the film goes blank, and we hear some upsetting sounds being turned into some sort of melody. We then end the film with an image of the child with the fox's head sewn onto him and his limbs replaced with deer legs. There were strings also attached, and the child was being used like a puppet. The full story is in the description of the video, and I highly recommend you go read the full thing if you're interested. The video described in the description is not actually one of the videos on his channel. The story ends with the collector trying to find the artist, but his home is abandoned. Finding that the home's door is ripped off, he enters. Inside, he finds piles of medical equipment, antique books, rotting animals, food, and vegetation. This leads us to wonder if the artist that sent him all this stuff had something to do with the mutilation of this child. The whole thing is weird at best. While I have no doubt that this story in the description never actually happened to anyone, and that this is probably some type of web series or ARG, it is really interesting that this channel never became more popular given its creative nature and how well done it was. A Google Street View truck found an upsetting image while driving through the streets of Detroit, Michigan. A group of people on their front porch, one of them wielding a gun. In one capture, you can see him pointing it directly at the truck. While this is a disturbing image on its own, even more eerie, this is the same home where 1-year-old Zaya Turner was found dead in a closet under a pile of clothes. Her cause of death remains undetermined and no one was ever arrested. While there's not a lot of further detail around either circumstance, it does make you wonder if there are sinister things going on in this home. You may have seen this clip around YouTube once upon a time. It has over 1 million views, and many refer to it as some of the most convincing proof that ghosts are real. We see a mom filming her child and their friend. One of them seems extremely frightened, and the other is making fun of her for it. Then, finally, the other child turns around and sees what the first girl saw, and the scream that follows is basically blood-curdling. clip has brought out many different theories, including maybe they saw a large spider, if it was a setup and the mom had a friend in some sort of scary mask lurking off screen, or if it really is a demon or a ghost that only the children can see and mom can't. So assuming for a second this clip is real, you cannot deny that the girl's reaction in this video is definitely genuine. Whether it's a ghost or something more plausible, it seems like they are legitimately frightened. Many scrutinize mom's behavior in the video because she seems very lighthearted and like she's laughing at the girls. This seems like a sign that she was doing something on purpose in order to get a reaction. But say for a second that it was real and it was a ghost. Another explanation for mom's behavior could be that she didn't see what the kids saw and only the children could see it. And so therefore she thought they were just being super silly and was laughing at their very dramatic reactions. If mom did put something off camera, perhaps a man in a scary mask, or some sort of just frightening object that's precariously placed somewhere off screen, that would also cause this reaction we see in the video where they run away so frightened. However, the description of the video states that it is her daughter and a friend, not a sibling. What mom would do this to someone else's kid? It is possible that the friend's parent did consent to the prank, but it seems unlikely that neither of them would see the ethical issue with it. Others criticize the mom for not going to investigate what the girls were looking at, which might be another sign that it was set up. It's hard to find any information on the person who posted the video. They have no other channels or videos and the comments are all turned off. You'd think if it was fake and she was doing it just to go viral, she would have used all the subscribers that this video gained for her to start off her own YouTube channel or get some other type of recognition, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. No matter what happened in this video, you cannot deny that it is disturbing. All right guys, please leave me a comment down below and let me know if you liked the video and if you want another part to it. Subscribe to my channel to get more videos like this, and I will see everybody in the next one.